Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today for our first news on Fosian TV. Today we have some news on our new world that will be happening. Today's news is that since the end of the war back in the beginning of 2025, since it is now August right now, we are going to turn this whole into one big country. All the countries are now states. Countries that have went through some terrible times is now going to be going through a very great period now that the war has ended. World hunger, pollution and climate change has just ended in 2010. We have Julia on screen to tell us about what's going to be happening now. Julia.
Thanks, Smith. We have people building some new buildings and houses. Millions of Americans have decided to come live in the frozen state of Australia. Half of America has already moved into our very new Australia, while the rest of the country moved to either the States, Canada or Mexico. We have one of our American immigrants, Patty, who can tell us about the new combined state.
Yes, I have already been in this state for over 2 years now. I feel a little homesick, but I'm still getting used to the state. I'm glad the war has finally ended a long time ago.
Thank you, Patty. All right, Smith, back to you.
Thank you, Julia. Coming up now, we have reports of a 15-year-old girl who has been kidnapped by an unknown suspect who says he wanted to take her because apparently he wanted a little daughter. But since then we have not heard anything from the teenage girl, who is still in the kidnapping process. But people were reporting of seeing a person stuck inside a sack and begging to be let out, but somehow the ropes are too strong to be taken off. We have some footage of how this would be proven. Disturbing footage shows a young person trying to escape from the sack itself, but no one wants to help him or her get out. Here is an interview with a person inside the sack. These are upcoming next. For the first 40 years of Fosian history, we have had our first earthquake that has hit the Fosian state of Yemen back in April of 2025 that caused a moderate amount of damage to the capital city Sana'a. Over 40 people and 30 people were severely injured and many others were traumatized.
Buildings across the capital city have been completely wiped out by the earthquake that hit back in April. Here is an interview with one of the locals that experienced the earthquake.
نایم لکاد مراد بیدید آسرت کریبانون آنم در بازیل سالمان سلی میما آدا إلى أمقتال كلبي آنم مكتايب للجايوات.
Now today's top story is that Silly Clowns Toys has recalled over 1 million clown doll figurines, as it was stated that small pieces of the toys were coming off and falling into children's mouths. We will now end the morning with our daily weatherman, who's going to tell us what the weather is going to be like for the next couple of weeks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Charles Churchill, and today we are going to be talking about the weather that is going to happen both here in Australia and elsewhere. So up Northwest Asia we can see in China, Japan and Great Cuteness. We feel that it's going to be very hot and humid over there. So if you're a beach kind of person, well, today is your day. You can go and play in the beach and chit-chat with chicks. Oh, I mean other people. Anyway, moving over to Europe in the Fosian State United Kingdom, there is apparently very fucking weather in both London and Birmingham. So if you can't see that well, or if you are a blind person, then I would recommend just to stay inside. Anyway, in the Canada's we that over in Canada it's going to be very cloudy and windy, which means it's going to be a bit hot over in Canada. While in It is possible to be cold in Argentina, Brazil and Chile, next in Africa and the Middle East. It shows it is going to be a very warm temperature there. While in the Middle East, in Cairo, Egypt, it is going to be 40 degrees in the capital city and the rest of the Middle East. And finally, Oceania, we see that it is going to be very cold in Australia and a bit snowy in some parts of the state and other oceanic states. Right back to you, Mr. Smurf.
And that's going to wrap up our morning, and we will see you in a bit. Goodbye.